Hey, Justin here, welcome back. So it's 1st of February today, so January, we've survived through January, and yeah, the days are getting longer and we've got a bit of sun today. Has been very dark weeks, as it often is in the Netherlands in December and January, but the days starting to get longer, which is nice, and a bit of sunshine. So we've got quite a few new things in bloom to show you, and we'll start off with this Coelogyne here, Coelogyne glandulosa. Isn't that beautiful, with the white flowers and the yellow throat, putting on a really beautiful show here. It is also fragrant. Well, I'd say it's kind of one of those slightly odd ones, but quite interesting, I suppose. But really a beautiful, beautiful plant, and pretty easy to grow as well. I grow this one in the garden over summer in a sheltered position, and seems to enjoy that. They like a lot of water. So yeah, and this well, I repotted it last year and it fell into 4 pieces. So this is the biggest piece on the right, and that's another piece here on the left, and another piece I gave away, and some back bulbs. So yeah, they do multiply pretty quickly, so it's a great to have Coelogynes in your collection, I think. And this is another one up here, another Coelogyne, very colourful Coelogyne ecarinata, with kind of reddish, I'd say closer to orange, sort of like a burnt orange type of colour. Coelogyne ecarinata, but the flowers are really tiny. If I put my finger up next to it, then it puts it in perspective. Flowers are about 2 centimetres across, but quite an interesting little species, and also I'd say pretty easy to grow. I've found it to be pretty easy, no problems so far. Had it for a couple of years, first time blooming, and then yeah, so we've got the Phalaenopsis still going there, going for months really, and Encyclia vitellina still going as well, and it's got another little flower spike on there. It pushed out a second bulb this year. And this is Phalaenopsis schilleriana, first time blooming. Let's just get that up into the sun so you can see that a bit better. Yeah, so it's Phalaenopsis schilleriana, first time blooming. Beautiful foliage on this one, and they can have big sprays of flowers, but this is just the first time blooming, so it's like a sneak preview. And hopefully next year will be better. And then next to that we've got the Phalaenopsis bronze maiden. Try to get that up into the sun as well. So that's a nice one, primary hybrid of I think it's Manii and Stuartiana or something like that. No, Schilleriana by Manii. Yeah, okay, Schilleriana. So that's this one. So yeah, they can be pink, but this one is yellow. So yeah, nice nonetheless. Right, so here are the Paphs. We've got quite a few Paphs in bloom at the moment. It's a really nice display. So we'll take it from the left. This yellow one over here is the primary hybrid of Drurii and Primulinum, still going. It's a sequential bloomer, so this is the second bloom. And next to that we have a Mordiae vinicolor, quite a large flower, much larger than the first one. And really nice foliage on that one as well, as you can see. Just need to be careful that it doesn't get too much sun on that. They don't like to get a lot of sunshine on those Mordiae leaves. And this little one down here is Ferianum, first time blooming from a little seedling that I got I think about 3 years ago probably. So it's actually matured pretty quickly. I think they can take 4 or 5 years, but this one bloomed already as a very small plant. But I won't leave the flower on for too much longer. Drains a lot of energy from the plant and can be very hard to recover. speaking from experience. This is my third Pharianum, so hopefully this one I can get it to recover and get it to throw up some kaikis. Last time I think I left the flower on too long and the plant never really recovered after the blooming, so something to watch out for. But it's a really stunning species, I think, at least, and this is a really nice clone as well from Grossraschner Orchideen in Germany. Next to that is Paphiopedilum exel, also from Grossraschner. Really nice clone, I think, with the golden pouch. And next to that, this is Gratrixianum. You can see a lot of similarity between those two. So in the same group of Paphs. So this one is flowering. I've had this plant I've had for many years. I'd say pretty easy to grow. And next to that is a primary hybrid of Argus and Urbanianum. Also flowering for the first time. And then next to that, Venustum, also a plant which I've had for many years, and I really recommend it for anyone who wants to get into growing some slippers. Really pretty easy growing. Can take a lot of a lot of beating. So I also have some Cattleyas in bloom at the moment, 3 hybrids, different colours, so that's nice. And this one on the left here is, what's the name of this? Haysong Flame Dance Mutation was the name of that one, but actually it doesn't really look anything like it did on the photo, but it does have a kind of a mutation going on, so I'm not sure if it's correctly labelled or not. It does look very different, like I say, but first bloomings of Cattleyas can be very misleading, but it does appear to be a different colour scheme than the Haysong Flame Dance. So it opened a clear yellow and then developed these kind of art shades, peachy colours on it, which is quite nice. But yeah, I don't believe that this is Haysong. It seems unlikely to me, but I have to give it another flowering. They can be quite different the second time they flower if the plant is happy. Now, I just wanted to ask if there are any Cattleya experts out there, what they think about what's going on. See if I can get it into focus here. See that? Yeah, that's it. See these marks on the bulb? Is that something nasty? I'm not too sure, but I've got it on a number of my Cattleyas. And I'm not sure, is it a virus, is it fungal, bacterial, just a normal thing that can happen? I'm really not sure, but I have noticed that on quite a few of my Cattleyas, so if that's something nasty, I might have to get rid of them. So next to that, I've got this one. It's another nice little hybrid. This one's pretty easy growing one. SLC Sin Boo Lady, YT. I think YT is probably the nursery where it came from, but really nice colour on that one, and like I say, pretty easy to grow. And this last one here is Laeliocattleya Persepolis. This one is a straight, in fact it's a straight Cattleya because it's got Laelia purpurata in it, which is now Cattleya, so you could just say Cattleya Persepolis, I guess. Yes, it's got quite a few of the unifoliate Cattleyas in its background and nothing other than that. But I must say I do find this plant to be rather finicky. So you can see on the leaves, I don't know if you can see it too well there, but big black marking on the leaf there. Looks like, well, I think there was insects, like mealybugs, and then like a secondary infection, probably bacterial, and then fungal. And yeah, the plant's sort of, well, it's sort of growing through it, I suppose, but yeah, it is very prone to getting attacked by insects, and I find that with a lot of the cattleyas, they're kind of a bit finicky. So yeah, this is one of those. So I'm not sure, but this has a lot of potential. The flower, the lip can be much bigger and more spectacular than this. This is the first type blooming for me, at least. Got this one from Luca as a Brazilian import, so it takes a while to recover and grow the roots from the import. But yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully the insects and infections won't get the better of it. But yeah, it is a little bit of a struggle. So just a quick look in the greenhouse now. I don't actually have anything flowering out here at the moment, but I did want to show you this Paphiopedilum malipoense here on the very long stalk up here. This has been growing for months and months. I think it must be 6 months now. It's very, very slow to develop, and a very, very long stalk, or peduncle, whatever you call it. Yeah, you can see there's the plant with the beautiful green mottled foliage, which is typical of this species. It's in the Parvicepalum group with Delenatii and Armeniacum, Vietnamense, yeah, those type of species. And I find it to be pretty easy to grow. I do grow it in a mix with sphagnum moss. I got this one also as a little seedling. I think I've had it for about 3, maybe 4 years, and now coming into bloom. And the other one I want to show is a little Phragmipedium here with potentially some tiny little blooms on it. This is a little primary hybrid, Manzurii by Hartwegii. Well, I'm not really that familiar with either species, but apparently this is a very compact growing frag, which would be good, and flowering on a very small plant, it would seem. So very happy with that. And then yeah, I've got all my cattleyas here. All the Cattleya purpuratas they're growing really well. So that's the biggest one there, and it's really getting quite big. So hopefully sometime in the next 12 months, 12 to 18 months, we'll get some blooms on it, because this is a pretty tall plant now, and yeah, starting to approach maturity. And I've got another one which is a hybrid with Cattleya purpurata, and that's this one. And this one, you can see it's got some flower buds in there, and you can see the root growth on it. So this is a very happy plant. It grew two growths last summer, so this is the second one. The first one didn't actually bloom. It straight away started growing a second one, and that one has the sheath on it. And I've noticed a lot of these Cattleyas, you see them on other videos as well, they actually seem to do better when they're growing out of the pot. So that's why I didn't pot it up into something bigger. But yeah, I think after this flowering cycle, it will be time to pot it up. So yeah, getting towards the end of winter, which will be great, and everything in the next 4 weeks, a lot of plants are going to start really kicking into growth. So it's a really nice time of year. So I hope your orchids are doing well for you as well, and you're getting some nice blooms. Thanks for watching, and till next time, bye.